Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of JD's Wildcat World. On this episode, I'm going to take a quick look back at Friday night's game against Stonehill and offer some quick predictions for the game against St. Joseph's on Monday. This is going to be a pretty quick episode. Just wanted to get it in because, honestly, I think this game tomorrow night will be closer than people are thinking. I touched on that a little bit last week, but I think St. Joseph's is pretty good. I think they're potentially a tournament team, and yes, I know they got beat by Texas A&M Commerce, a team that we destroyed, but I think they were severely off that game. Only put up 54 points en route to a 57-54 loss. So, I think they're better. Kentucky opened as a 15-point favorite, but, I think it'll be closer than that. So, talk about that, and then we'll talk about a heck of an exciting game Friday night where the Cats looked very, very strong. Several things to talk about, and, Friday night was the Reed Shepherd game. Had 25 points on 9 of 10 shooting, 7 of 8 from 3, and he just looked very good. I don't know if he hit the rim all night long. Every shot that he shot felt like it was just nothing but net. Stonehill played a zone that gave the Cats a lot of open threes, but you still got to knock them down, and they did a very good job of that as they won by 34 points, a score of 101-67. And Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham were the two main guys that really provided spark. Rob Dillingham had 20 points, Reed Shepherd with 25, and, so far this year, I think those have been the main guys. And, I heard some people saying, well, it'll change eventually. I don't know if it will. We need it to, I would say. We need DJ and Justin Edwards to be as good as advertised. But, Rob and Reed have done a great job. Rob was 7 of 10 for shooting on field goals. Very efficient. And I think they're both, right now, they're our best players. Justin Edwards still struggled a little bit. DJ shot the ball better, but really wasn't as good as you would hope to see him play against an inferior opponent. Adu Thiero did some good things, but still didn't score in double digits. So, right now I think this is Reed and Rob's team, and I think you got to ride the hot hand. Sure, DJ and Justin can play through their struggles, but we definitely need those guys to be better going into starting Monday, to be honest with you, starting tomorrow. St. Joseph's has some size. I think they have at least 1 or 2 7-footers. Neither one of them can score very well, but still, they still do have size, so we'll see how we match up against them. I'm looking forward to that matchup. After a beatdown against Stonehill, I think this game will be more competitive. And I'm proud of the way the Cats have played so far this year. I know we lost against Kansas, but, this team's fun to watch. They get out in transition, they run, and when they do that, as I've touched on all year long, they're nearly unstoppable, especially against non-conference opponents that don't have the athleticism and size to keep up. This really looked like a old Coach Cal team on a Friday, and they have several times this season, and I hope that continues because that's what we needed as a fan base, as a basketball fan base. I really think that this is going to be a really fun team. I think this has the potential to be the most fun team since Fox and Monk's year. That team was really fun to watch. They got after it on both ends of the floor. You got a streaky guy in Rob Dillingham like you did in Malik Monk. And you've got a guy in Reed Shepherd that does all the good things that a guard should do. He's smart. He can score it. He can kick it. He's really impressed me, and I'm sure he'll continue to do the same. The Cats, I touched on, I think we shot 38 threes against Kansas. And, it seemed like we shot just as many on Friday night. I don't expect that number. Once again, I don't expect that number to go down too much. We shot 32. Shot 32 threes, made 17 of them. And had 26 assists on 39 made field goals. That's decent. like to see that number go up a little bit. But we have really, really good ball movement. And, like we said before, when you have guys as good as we have this year and it's athletic, at any time, all five guys can score the ball, and that's really what we've been missing. That's the number one thing we've been missing. So, I think St. Joe's will present a challenge size-wise, but Trey Mitchell handled Hunter Dickinson somewhat. I know he had 20 and 20, but I thought there was times during that game he did a really nice job of doing his best to defend him, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can only give a guy so much when you're 3 inches shorter. But they're St. Joe's, like I said, they come from the A10. They're 3-1. They lost their last game against Texas A&M Commerce. That's the only mutual opponent we have. Actually, no, they played Stonehill as well. They beat Stonehill by the exact same amount that we did. They beat them by 34 points. So I think St. Joe's covers the 15. I think it's going to be close. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we come out and destroy them. But I would just say be prepared. I think this is different than other Cal teams. If we have a close game, I don't think there's any need to panic. We'll be fine, but I'm just telling you, forewarning, if it is closer than expected, it would not surprise me. So I think the Cats win, but I don't think it's by 15 plus. I think it's more of a 12 to 13 point game. I think the Cats win by a score of 74 to 61. I'll take the Cats. And I think that it's a pretty solid game. I don't think we'll be able to run as much. We'll see. I think St. Joe's will try to stop that. But if we do, now we have the potential to win by 30, to be honest with you. If we can get out and run, I think we will overmatch them. Because I don't think, frankly, Kansas couldn't stop us on the break. I don't think anybody can stop us on the break this year. I think that we're just so deadly. If we get out and run, we can beat anybody in the country. And I truly believe that. So, rumors circulating that Big Z will be available tomorrow. I haven't heard that for sure, like that is confirmed. So I wouldn't bank on that. It would be nice to add some size. Because, like I said, St. Joe's does have some size. Their big guys aren't that great, but they are tall. So, it would be nice to get Big Z regardless. But I doubt that happens. I doubt they announce it the day of game. So, hopefully that's soon. Hopefully we get Bradshaw back soon as well. Rumor is, I said conference play for Bradshaw. There's a rumor going around now they want him back by the Miami game. So that would be a huge addition going into that matchup. I say Miami will probably be top 10 by then. They just beat Kansas State to win the Bahamas championship in their little classic they were doing. So Miami's going to be pretty good. I'm excited for that matchup as well. But we got to take it one game at a time, and starting on Monday against St. Joseph's to get a big win. And, I'm excited for this season. I know my Facebook feed during games has been 100% more positive than it was last season, and I'm really thankful for that. And it's because Coach Cal has changed things. He's got the right guys in there. He's got his guys, and as long as he lets them run, I'm good with it. I think that's where this team is really well. We kind of struggle in the half court, so I'm excited to lock in for this matchup on Monday night. I think for MVP pick, I've picked Justin Edwards the last two games. He has not managed to do much of anything. So I'm going to back away from that. I'm not trying to be his jinx. I really hope him and DJ get it going. Like I said, DJ played better in the game against Stonehill. Knocked down a couple threes. And it was nice to see him get it going from deep. But MVP against St. Joe's, I'm going to go with Duthiero. I think he's done some great things, really, against Kansas. Got in there and busted his tail. And did against Stonehill, too. It didn't really show up on the stat sheet, but With St. Joe's having that a little bit of size inside, Trey Mitchell is going to have to defend, and Adu's going to have to help, just like he did against Kansas. And I think Adu Thiero, he might not be scoring leader, but I think he's going to do the things that will help us get this victory against St. Joseph. So I'll take Adu, and, part of that is got to switch it up. Can't take the same player every game. You all don't want to hear that. So I'm going to take Adu Thiero, and like I said, I think the Cats win by a score of 74-61. I think it's pretty close for some of the game, maybe even into the second half. But as a fan base, let's not freak out if that happens. I still got a ton of confidence in this group. And, if we go out and win by 30, I'm going to be so ecstatic. I really am. And, maybe that's what we need as a fan base. But like I said, the fan base has been great so far. I haven't seen many negative comments at all. Got into it a little bit with people about Rob Dillingham. I'm really a Rob Dillingham guy. I think he does great things. And he comes out and shoots 70% from the field and has 20 points the next game. So I'm very happy with Rob and the way he's done things. Does he have a couple head-scratching moments? Yes, but all players do. So I'm a big Rob Dillingham guy. And with that, I'll let you all go, and hopefully we're celebrating another win. And I'll be back at some point this week to preview the Marshall game and to recap the St. Joe's game. And you all have a good week. And as always, go Cats.